welcome to the first ever Bier video beer review. I'm Adam, here with Phil and David. We just kicked off the craft beer section of our website and we're really excited about it. Today we're going to talk about Oktoberfest and we're going to try 9 different Oktoberfest beers, 5 of which are new for me.
All 9 are new for me.
And I haven't had 6 of them.
So we're really excited about that, a bunch of new beers to try. But first, David is going to tell us a little bit about Oktoberfest.
Sure. Oktoberfest is a 16-day festival in Munich, Germany. It's a festival that celebrates beer and is the world's largest fair with 6 million people attending annually. To get a beer in Oktoberfest, it's a very selective process. The beer has to be brewed within the city limits of Munich itself. And only 6 beers meet the criteria for that, one which we have here today. Now here in America, we've taken that style and made it really popular with so many regional variations on the type of beer that it would be impossible to review them all. But we have a really great selection, some from Germany and then some from across the United States.
Alright, let's get started. Alright, the first beer we're trying tonight is from the Left-Handed Brewing Company. It's the Marzen Lager Oktoberfest with the tiger on the label.
Immediately this beer doesn't smell fruity at all. It smells like a traditional lager. It's got the red color that lagers usually have, poured in the Weissen glasses.
It's pretty clear and see-through. It's not too dark. That amber color is throughout, but you can see through the whole beer.
It's not hoppy at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say this is a very flavorful beer. That first taste kind of hits you with some spice a little bit, but after that spice goes away, I'm not really tasting a lot else.
Right, there's not much of an aftertaste. It's just kind of the initial bite to it.
This is pretty common for an American lager. It's made in that with the Marzen lager style that Oktoberfest are made in. I like it.
No, it's pretty good, but I would say that it's not one of the more flavorful out of the few that I have tried that we're going to try today. It's not as flavorful as some, so
yeah.
This isn't one I would buy. I would buy again probably if I had to choose an Oktoberfest.
It's got a real static flavor to it, really.
Kind of.
Doesn't go.
Yeah, I mean it does say on the bottle clean lager finish, so it's kind of what you get. It's just that kind of straight up lager taste after that spice, and there's a tiny bit of hops that you taste, but it really dies down pretty quick, and you just get kind of a straight up lager out of it.
Reminds me of a really good tasting Yingling.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So that was the Left-Hand Brewing Company Marzen Lager Oktoberfest. It is a good beer. We all enjoy it, but like we said, it's not terribly flavorful. So we're looking forward to the next ones. This one was 6.6 alcohol by volume, which is pretty nice. But I'd give this beer a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. What would you say?
It's good. Nothing special.
Yeah.
I might give it a 6, just for its drinkability. It's really easy to drink, not really hoppy. If you like a Yingling or any type of American lager, you're gonna like this beer. It's like lager plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam and say 5. It's pretty middle of the road for me. I can take it or leave it. And the next beer we're having tonight is the Paulaner Oktoberfest.
The Oktoberfest that we're drinking right now is the only beer that we're drinking tonight that is you can actually find at Oktoberfest in Germany. This is brewed in the city limits of Munich. It smells refreshing. It has a light, crisp apple taste in the beginning.
Very caramel smell, kind of malty. That first taste is really crisp, has a really unique flavor, much different than that first beer we tried.
It's lighter than the first beer. It's still got its red tone to it. Like, it's a lager for sure.
I'd say this is a really flavorful beer. Hits you right away with some spice. Has slight yeasty, musty flavor. It's really certain taste that hits you like right away that is hard to pinpoint at first, but it's a little bit like mustiness, but it's like
that
really
apple musk.
Really clean and really crisp. It's really good.
Yeah, I rate this one really highly over the previous one. Definitely has a unique flavor. Definitely makes you think of October. Nice.
I would give this beer probably an 8, 7.5 to 8 overall out of 10.
I'd say 9.
I'd give this beer an 8 as well. Very drinkable, very crisp at first.
Alright, so the next beer, which is our third Oktoberfest beer, is the Brooklyn brand Oktoberfest by the Brooklyn Brewery. Try saying that 5 times fast. But anyway, I love this brand, this brewery. I've tried a lot of their beers, and I'm really excited to try this Oktoberfest. This is the first time I'm trying it, so yeah, let's try it. What do you guys think?
You can definitely get a kind of chocolate taste to that.
It's a very dark red color, you know, not quite as red as a Killian's, still in the style of lager. To me, the smell, and especially the head on the beer, has a malty chocolate flavor, almost like that of milk chocolate.
Very malty. Definitely more malty than the other two we tasted. That first one we tried with the Tiger on it was pretty flat, compared to this and the last one we tried. But this holds up with the German beer, the Paulaner beer we tried.
It's light on the mouth. It's not really a heavy or a thick beer. Seems like it's got good carbonation. It may hold up for a little while in your glass.
No, it packs a punch. Like that first flavor is really good. You get that malty chocolateness that they talked about. It's not very spicy. The other ones had like a little kick to them with the spice, but this one is more heavy on the malts, less spice.
I'm going to give this beer a 7. It's not as easily drinkable as the other ones, but very easily drinkable and a pleasure to drink, especially if you like a sweeter beer. That chocolate malt flavor is really satisfying.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 6. I'm not a big chocolate malt person, with the beer, but it's a little bit better than the first beer we had, for me.
The left hand?
So yeah. I'm going to go with an 8. I really like this.
So now we're going to try the Victory Oktoberfest. It's called Festbier. No, Festbier. And it says it's traditional amber lager. It's got a very copper tone to it. I'm partial to a lot of Victory's beers, so I'm excited about this Oktoberfest. Off the bat, it smells very, very malty.
I'm having a hard time getting the smell.
The head on this fades really, really fast. It doesn't stick around very long.
Honestly, I would compare this a lot to the first beer we had. The Left Hand Brewery Oktoberfest, which kind of fell flat for me.
Lager. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm biased towards Victory, but
I feel the same
I was
way.
excited about this because we really like the Golden Monkey. That's Victory, right?
It's not as I'll give you this. It's very, very drinkable and it's crisp. It's not as crisp as the Paulaner, but it reminds me a lot of the Left Hand Brewing Company.
Yeah, this is just like the Marzen lager. It has a pretty big initial taste, but after that it fades, and it doesn't seem like something that will last you through a whole beer.
So I'd probably I like it a little better than the Left Hand Brewery, but I'd probably give it a 6.
I'm thinking 6 as well.
I would just give it the same rating, 5, that I did with the Left Hand. It's about there for me.
Yeah, we're looking at a 5 to a 6 for the
Very, very drinkable, copper in color, malty.
Yeah, not bad.
But the malts are not overwhelming. There's really nothing that distinguishes this Oktoberfest from the other ones.
Yeah, so that's Victory.
Not quite a victory for Victory.
Next up is going to be the Weihenstephaner. This is a German beer. It's not one that's brewed in the city limits of Munich. but it is the world's oldest continually operating brewery since 1040 and does conform to the brew laws established in 1516 that the Paulaner that adheres to.
Exactly.
It's got a real weak taste.
It's the Weihenstephaner.
Lemongrass, very citrusy.
Yeah.
It's light. It's different. It's not dark.
So far, it is
No, yeah,
definitely
very
the
light.
lightest one of the Oktoberfest.
It's kind of that natural beer color you want, that piss yellow.
Yeah, it is a
The regular
it is
beer
an
color.
odd yellow color. It's very piss-like.
Weihenstephaner makes a great Hefeweizen or a wheat beer that's delicious. It's like Blue Moon that's really tasty. And this reminds me of that. It's nothing special stands out for me.
Did you say lemony?
Yeah, it's a lemon. Yeah,
It's definitely lemony and
lemongrass feel.
very light. So it's definitely the lightest of. This is the 5th now, so the lightest of the 5.
Did you ever stick grass in your mouth as a kid?
It's more tasty than the Victory and the Left Hand Brewery, but probably not as good as the Brooklyn and the Paulaner for me. But it's so far 3 out of 5.
I really enjoy this beer. I'm gonna give it a straight 8.5. It's crisp. It's light. It's different than the other ones. I really like the lemon crisp, grassy taste to it.
I'll back up you on the light. It's definitely a soothing beer. 7 for me, 7 for soothing. How do you pronounce it, David? Because it's definitely a fun German name to say.
Weihenstephaner.
Oh yeah, Weihenstephaner.
We ordered this thing in Monroe's down there in the Highlands. I like to call it the Vermer Schmurmer. They always know what
I'm gonna give it a 7.5. It's pretty tasty. Very light though, not what I would expect from an Oktoberfest.
Yeah, definitely not.
But definitely a tasty beer.
Those monks making some great brews.
Weihenstephaner.
Since 1018.
All right, so we'll get on to the next one because we got minute.
And not many minutes.
All right, so we got our 6th beer here. It's the Leinenkugel Oktoberfest German style Marzen. So similar to the other ones. I have tried this one before, and I kind of already, I have my expectations since I've tried it, but let's go ahead and just discuss it for a second. This one, for me, falls along the lines with the first one and the Victory, which is not too flavorful as far as Oktoberfest goes for me. It's really light, kind of that, just amber, light brownish color, much like the Left Hand Brewery and Victory.
Very light copper tones. What we started to notice with these American Oktoberfest is that they're just really, they're all really like American lagers. There's not much
it's like
that
you said
distinguishes
earlier.
them.
Yeah, it reminded you of Yingling earlier. Yeah, I definitely get that sense here.
Yeah, this one is a lot like just like a Yingling.
Yeah, it's
I'm getting
not,
like orange, a little bit of orange on the back end of my palate. It smells crisp. It's easily drinkable. It's a good beer.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good, but
There's
it's
nothing
just
special for
like
me.
Yingling, it's safe. It's a safe beer. It's good. You're not gonna get many complaints, but you're not gonna get somebody saying, "Oh my God, this is the best fucking beer I've ever had."
Yeah, so I mean, I give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
I'm gonna go with 5. The next beer on our agenda is the Shiner Oktoberfest from the state where everything's bigger, Texas. From the town of Shiner, Texas.
This one's really tasty for me. I've tried it before. So far, I haven't tasted. Well,
About to say they had the biggest taste. For the biggest state, they had the biggest taste. Shiner Oktoberfest provides the best.
Dude, okay.
The Brooklyn and the Paulaner are
They didn't
close
make
to
this
this
one
for
so
me,
great in
but
Texas,
this one is very flavorful.
Yeah.
I just spit on my wrist. But yes.
No, the Paulaner had like a great apple, like almost autumn taste to it that really was unique. This has a great taste in and of itself, but very different from the Paulaner. But out of all the beers we've had tonight, This is
For sure.
this is a very distinct taste for me at least. I don't know my score yet, but it's gonna be higher up.
This
Very
beer's-
full flavor. This gets an 8 for me.
This beer is definitely
Yeah.
lighter. It's a golden color. It's
Yeah,
a little
definitely
bit
golden.
above like Pilsner or something you would find.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 8 for my score as well.
Its scent is.
I think this is my like the second best beer. I think.
I can smell the malt in it when I taste it. It's a little hoppy. It's nothing special for me though. I'm not getting.
Maybe the third best beer.
I think it kind of bland in Texas. I'm not impressed at all. The only
Yeah.
thing that distinguishes this one
Yeah.
from the other ones is that it has a little more hops to it. I think this is a higher alcohol content than the other beers.
All his exes live in Texas. That's why he don't like Texas. Whatever.
I give it a 7.
All right, so
It's tasty.
8
But-
and 7.
8. Yeah.
So you're looking at a 7.5. to
Yeah,
8.
we like this beer.
It's good beer. Shiner, Oktoberfest.
Since 1919, the Choc beer company's been brewing up Tasty Brew in Krebs, Oklahoma. This is their Oktoberfest. They don't call it Oktoberfest, they call it Choctoberfest. What do you guys think?
Choctoberfest.
I like it.
Um,
You have a real golden color going on.
Yeah, it's definitely golden. It's almost the color of a wheat beer.
Definitely.
it's really good to me. It smells really good, and
Yeah. It has a really crisp smell to it, something that's been in common with all of the Oktoberfests that we've had. The smell's not overpowering. It's not heavy like some stouts,
I almost want to say that
It's not tangy.
the taste isn't overpowering, but it's not so ambivalent as like the Left-Handed Brewery or the other beers we had. It's more comforting almost.
it's more flavorful.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stand out though. It's not like unique or anything, but it's just nicer.
To be such a
It's
golden
not as
beer,
bland, I guess.
the taste is almost coppery,
It's not as good as the Shiner or the Paulaner for me.
No,
it's
definitely
definitely
not.
better than the Left-Hand Brewery, Leinenkugel.
Yeah, I liked it better than a lot of the beers we had so far,
Definitely
except for
better
the
than the
Shiner and the
Big Two,
Paulaner.
so-
The Paulaner is my favorite, but
First taste, I'm going to say crispy and smooth,
yeah,
easy to
smooth.
drink.
Yeah,
I'm going to rate this one pretty high. I'm going to give it an 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well.
I'm gonna give it. I'll say I'll do the half 7.5.
He means 8.
No, I wanted to say 7, but these fuckers said 8, so it's gonna be like that.
I almost want to throw an orange peel in it.
It's
You know what?
It's on the verge
It
of a
could be
wheat
that.
beer.
Yeah.
It's really tasty. Alright, so we have just gone through 8 beers. The last, the 9th is Samuel Adams Oktoberfest. And
Cheers.
I've had this one before many times. It is one of my favorite beers that I've ever had.
Yeah, mine too.
And so I must say that after tasting 8 other Oktoberfests, including the one from Germany, I still must say that Oktoberfest by Samuel Adams is my favorite. Followed in a close second by the German one, Paulaner. But this one is just really flavorful. Let me just pour it and taste it so I can describe it to you, but you guys go ahead.
Well,
It's an amber color,
Yeah,
so
amber.
it's definitely more than copper, but definitely less than a true red.
I have to say I've never been a big fan of Sam Adams, and while I like this beer, I consider it merely above passable from what we've already had. The Paulaner stuck out to me so much just because it had the apple taste to it. It just had that fall flavor.
This one's fruity too. It's like subtle fruits. It's like a gentle
subtle
hops
with
and
a
it's smooth.
lowercase s. I mean, I don't know. There's something here. I mean, I'm not saying it's not in the middle of the road beer, but it's for me, it's not much better.
That's
No
cool.
offense, Adam. You're the shit though.
That's okay.
All right.
That's why we have 3 people, so we
Yeah.
can come
I don't
to a middle consensus.
I
on
grew
each
up
beer,
with
but
Sam Adams in my house. It's my dad's like favorite beer. It was always around, but I just never really
Sam
liked it
Adams,
myself.
Sam Adams Oktoberfest stands out from all the other lagers that Sam Adams does. It's less bitey, it's easy to drink, It's a little fruity. It's a little malty.
That's probably
very,
the
very
best of
small
the
hops.
I mean, maybe I'm a Sam Adams fan. I do like Sam Adams.
It's good. I give it a solid 7.
But for me, every time I taste this, it just feels like the most flavorful. It's full of like spice and different fruit flavors, and just a tiny bit of hops that you want in an Oktoberfest. And it's just like an all-around everything for me.
It's very pleasing.
But I've always felt that way about it, so I know I'm biased against the others. But
Well, what's your rating?
my rating is a 9.
9. I thought you said 9. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go with David and say 7. And for me, 7 is like good. I mean, like, it's something I would not ever regret buying or drinking. But it's just not the first choice. But definitely not a bad beer at all.
Out of the 9, I'm going to
It's a
say
good beer.
my top 5 are going to be the Paulaner number 1, the Weihenstephaner coming in at 2, maybe the Shiner at 3, and the Choctober at 4, and the Samuel Adams at 5. So out of the 9, it's definitely in my top 5 beers.
Yeah. Go ahead. Adam.
No, but
Well, I have a top 3,
that's what I'm gonna say.
but I'll say yes. St. Adams is my 4 though. No offense, but yeah.
Motherfucker.
Sorry. Yeah. Paulaner's 1.
Okay.
Shiner's 2 for me.
I was gonna.
And then the the German one.
The Werner
The Werner Schmerz.
I was gonna pick a top.
I like
3
St.
as
Adams
well, but you know, Phil steals my thunder. But anyway,
though. This is the
I
this
have
is
to
the game ball.
choose Samuel Adams, Paulaner, and Shiner as my top 3. Samuel Adams, Paulaner, and Shiner.
What?
And
If you had to do a 4, what was the 4?
my 4th would be the Choctoberfest.
Fuck. Well, then where would the German one be?
The Weihenstephaner?
That
Is that 5?
That would be 5.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're pretty close.
All these beers
What
are
was your
available at a local
4
craft
was
brew store.
Choctoberfest.
Alia Indicator right on West College. It's a great place.
A
and
great
growers
place.
there. And
Friendly staff.
We'll post a link. We got all these beers there tonight. We got Samuel Adams at Kroger, but the craft beers we got at Alia. And we'll
For
post
goodness
a link.
sake.
But yeah, that was our first getting drunk on camera, reviewing beers, and there'll be much more informational and to the point beer video reviews coming up. So.
Yeah.
When we're not drinking 9 beers.
Yeah, we're getting time formats coming
cheers.
out.
Cheers to the beer
And to
just,
Biatlanta.
remember, it's a craft, it's
Yes.
an art, and we'll bring you as much information and different kinds of beers as we can.
And just remember that Biatlanta is your #1 source of local music and also urban gardening and sustainable community living, as well as politics, beer reviews, and movies.
Yeah, and house
There you go.
shows.
Michelle 9.
Just check out beatlanta.com. That's beatlanta.com. And we have tons of different local information on lots of different music and art. And dogs.